Hey guys, welcome back to episode 1 of season 2. I think it will go down as part 23 for the YouTube save, but it is officially the beginning of season 2. Actually, officially, it's still the end of season 1. We're going to show you all of the off-season stuff in this episode and the season opener Grand Prix of season 2 as well. So stick with, get a drink and a snack. It's going to be a long one, I would imagine, but hopefully you guys are thoroughly enjoying. Those of you that go away and kind of lose interest throughout the course of a season but come back at the beginning of a new year, welcome back. Hopefully you're still enjoying. Hopefully you'll stick with us for the full season here in season 2. We're going to advance time and there's nothing else to do at present. We have protected all of our parts for next year as per the regulation changes. We don't know how well other teams have done in that regard, so we might see a bit of a boost in our ranking on the performance index. Equally, we might fall further behind. That's the unknown. One thing we do know is that Sergio Perez is retiring. We've also added a third sponsor decided upon in the downtime between episodes. Novus are now our third sponsor here at Chesnoid Racing. Distort and Sunburst have glitched. They have 1,000 years as our sponsors, so they'll be staying for a while. But throughout the course of this episode, or the beginning of it, before we get to the actual first race, we'll be picking our new second driver, picking our new engine, changing the livery, and getting the car and facilities upgraded as much as we can moving forward into the next season. Actually, what I do want to do, I don't have enough to do that, but we can do the reaction training in there. Probably shouldn't have advanced before doing that, but never mind. So currently Teo Porcher is our second driver. That will not be the case come next season. We're going to look to significantly upgrade on Teo. At the start of last year, he did us proud. He was very, very competitive. He kind of fell off, unfortunately. Renegotiate with teammate or go to driver market. I am going to the driver market. Time to decide who to come in his place. Now, it seems rather obvious, given their valuation, that we go for one of the legend drivers, or icon drivers, I can't remember which way they phrase them, that being David Coulthard, Felipe Massa, Nico Hülkenberg, or Mark Webber. Obviously, Felipe Massa retired 5 or 6 years ago. Nico Hülkenberg is still active-ish. Mark Webber retired in 2013, I think, and David Coulthard retired in the early noughties, I believe. Teo Porcher is currently valued at 3 million, level 10, 69 rated. Now, there is a significant boost in the overall value, significant boost in the overall rating of these icon drivers. As you can see, mid to high 80s compared to the low 70s and early 80s that I could get for nearly twice the value with Latifi and Tsunoda. I'm not going to go for someone like Jacques Villeneuve or Jenson Button at this stage. I feel like we want to rank up slowly. We're going to be doing multiple seasons here in this save. So if we are going to use the icon drivers, I'd rather go through the bronze, the silver, the gold in order. So I think, personally, I'm going to go with Nico Hülkenberg. Coulthard, Massa and Webber have retired IRL. Nico Hülkenberg is still in the mix. So I think it's going to be Hulkenback for Chesnoid Racing for next season. Let's approach Nico Hülkenberg, shall we? Significantly better in every area than Teo Porcher. Although pace is only +5, to be fair. Now, I'm not sure what he'll want with regards our level and our facilities. His expectation is that we have level 15 team acclaim and level his expectation is that we have level 7 team acclaim and we have level 15. So I can go in with a high risk bid at 3.9 million and he'll probably accept that. We can get him slightly cheaper. Declined. You can make a larger offer the next day. There's still time to negotiate. Okay, so he has declined that offer. We will advance today and go to the driver market again, and we'll go in for Nico Hülkenberg for a second time, and we'll offer him a slightly larger deal. A medium risk. Will cost us slightly more. The longer we fail to agree terms, the more likely it is that that value will go up. But he's agreed. Nico Hülkenberg is a thing. He is in. As we knew, Sergio Perez is retiring. Now, I don't know yet if it's actually going to show the driver changes. It might have to wait. We might have to wait until next season to see those. So Let's not spoil anything. Let's continue to advance. Actually, we've got some stuff we can do here. We'll put that... Actually, is that... No, it makes a negative on other departments. I don't really want to do that. We'll attend the esports event and we'll advance. And then it'll be the end of the season. Marketing department thing first. Nico Hulkenberg did really well in the competition, which resulted in lots of social media followers. Second driver, team acclaim up 500. Team acclaim up 500. Thank you, Nico. Proving his worth already, as we say thank you to Shawnee Boy for celebrating Hulkenberg's joining the team with his 1 year anniversary as a subscriber on the channel. Thank you, mate. Powertrain department issue. I would rather pay the 50 grand than affect my second driver. So, again, I don't want to negatively affect the morale of my other departments, so we won't put that on and we'll just advance to the end of the season. Finish season. As we progress forward to season 2, it's time to figure out what's going to change. Livery, second driver already has, and engine are going to be the main 3. And then it's a case of figuring out where we are on the performance index, and hopefully then from there, facilities will upgrade. £5 million prize money. We achieved multiple points finishes this year. We have 21.2 million in the bank. We can significantly upgrade our facilities with that. No wins, no pole positions, but 13 points and 15th in the championship. Thank you very much indeed. A positive first season, I feel. How do you guys reckon we're going to get on in season 2? Let me know in the comment section down below now, before we've even gotten to a racetrack. How many points do you think I'm going to score this year? 13 last year. Are we going to break higher than that? Are we going to have another unsuccessful season? We'll wait and see. 22 full season though. Now it's time to edit the look of the team. YouTube, we have decided upon a main sponsor and an engine. Duotone will be the main sponsor of the car this year, or of the team this year. Goal bonus of 10.4 million. Weekly income of £637,000 or dollars. Achieve as a team 5 points finishes during the season. Now I got 4 last year with a rubbish teammate, and Nico is better significantly than me and Teo Porcher. So I think we can get that one relatively straightforwardly. Ferrari is the engine we're going with this year. The Red Bull actually is the worst engine. I could have taken it one step at a time, but I think we're going to jump to a Ferrari engine this season. So 95 performance and 100 durability. And obviously we already have Nico confirmed. So we are going to confirm a £4.65 million signing on bonus, and then 4.1 million taken off that. So we're actually going to gain 550 grand technically from this next moment. Then, now I changed the livery. Well, in YouTube, livery changed. We have simply switched the yellow with the black. We have an absolute weapon this season, we hope. I can't change the sponsor decals yet, so some I do need to change the colour of, and we'll do that in due course, like the sunburst and then some of the black ones that are on the car at present. But I think that could be a car that gives us better performances this year. We've changed the team color, or flipped the team colors and the suits and the helmet and the emblem as well in accordance with the flip in team colors, and we are advancing now. Time to head fully into the new season. Driver training camp, that'll do very nicely indeed. Again, I'm not going to negatively affect the morale of any departments. I want every department to be as high a morale as it possibly can. Now then, time to spend some money and upgrade facilities. Firstly, let's do resource point generation, because I really need to get resource point generation up. That's going to be vitally important for us at this stage. Or do I spend 6 million though? 6 million on resource point generation, but it does take it from 75 to 125. That could be important, but perhaps more important is being able to upgrade more things at the same time. So I'm going to spend 5.5 million on fabrication there, 5.5 million on fabrication there, and I don't think I need to spend anything on my teammate yet, but we can do pit crews, or upgrade pit crews for 1 million there as well. I've still got 6.5 million, or 6.75 million, so I could upgrade fabrication here as well. And I don't think I have anything else to pay for. So we will do that too. Right. As we earn more money, the next thing to upgrade will be the speed at which things get built. And then obviously resource points will adjust from there. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. With protecting our parts, we have shot from the slowest car on the grid to the 7th fastest. We've jumped up 4 levels, or jumped past 4 teams. Up the Chesnoid Racing. Let's go. McLaren, now the 2nd slowest car. Ferrari lead, Mercedes lead Red Bull, which is the same as it was last year. Alpine, then Alfa Romeo, then Alfa Tauri. Aston Martin have jumped Haas and McLaren. Haas and McLaren have plummeted. Haas have dropped 3. McLaren have dropped 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. McLaren have dropped 6. Yikes, McLaren. Now then, the question you want to know is, what are the driver changes looking like? So let's show you, shall we? Ferrari is still Leclerc and Sainz. Mercedes is still Hamilton and Russell. Daniel Ricciardo is back in a Red Bull. McLaren is Lando Norris and Valtteri Bottas, as Ricciardo has gone to Red Bull. Elsewhere, you will notice Alpine is still Alonso and Ocon. You will also notice Kevin Magnussen now in a Williams. So replacing him at Haas is Zhou Guanyu. Mick Schumacher still in a Haas. Seb still in an Aston Martin. Alexander Albon is now in the other Aston Martin. Théo Pourchaire gets the Alfa Romeo seat, as well as Lance Stroll. So Stroll moves from Aston Martin to Alfa Romeo. Théo Pourchaire moves from me to Alfa Romeo. And Perez is the only real-life driver not on this grid anymore. But big changes. That one driver change has set off a cascade of dominoes. Daniel going to Red Bull, meaning Bottas went to McLaren, meaning that Lance Stroll went to Alfa Romeo, meaning that Valtteri Bottas went to McLaren, meaning that Théo Pourchaire went to Alfa Romeo. Kevin Magnussen going to Williams meant that because Alexander Albon had gone to Aston Martin, meant that Kevin Magnussen went to Williams, which means that Zhou Guanyu has gone to Haas. That is a lot of changes to the lineup with just one retirement, which is pretty remarkable. Now I can go and customize the livery now slightly to change the look of the sponsors, which we will do momentarily, but it's time to start advancing towards the first Grand Prix of the season in Bahrain, where obviously it will be dry throughout. So very rarely I don't think we've ever had any rain in a Bahrain race weekend. So I'm going to go and actually spend some resource points, and also we will then go and change the livery. I think I'm going to do rear downforce. I'm going to do rear downforce. 30% chance of failure, apparently, but that's fine. And then I can just afford one of the powertrain ones as well, can't I? I can afford to do the bearings in the ERS. I'd rather do fuel efficiency. Let's do fuel efficiency. And again, 30% chance of failure. 6 resource points is all I have left. I have absolutely nailed the start of that season. We've not even gone anywhere. We have jumped from the 11th fastest team to the 7th fastest team, leapfrogging Aston Martin, Haas, McLaren and Williams. Go and change the livery, and then I will see you in Bahrain in practice. So quali pace program, well off, supposedly. But
we needed on that run. You might want to give it another go.
We'll wait and see what happens in quali itself. That time was fast enough to put me P4, so I think the quali practice program is potentially asking a little bit too much of me, to be completely honest. A little bit too much. I'm happy with the way the car handles, so we're going to retire from session, and then let's see where we just briefly ended up. P5 in the end. I'm happy with where the car is, and I'm about 4 tenths quicker than my teammate. Happy with where the car is, happy with where the difficulty is at present. We will still probably fluctuate it a little bit, given how everything's changed, and Abu Dhabi isn't obviously the best of gauges as to whether your difficulty's bang on or not. But we put it at 95 for the last race of the last season, and it seemed to work okay. So we will go to qualifying, take all of our resource points that we've taken from practice, maybe upgrade something else if we get quite a few, and then take it from there. And I'm hoping Nico, as a better teammate, will give me some more resource points, which he has. 375. I only got 281, unfortunately. We do 1,000 now there, so that's going to be enough to upgrade something else after quali. But first, it's quali. The final lap in Q1 is good enough for P12, which is pretty bang on, isn't it, really? 13th and 14th is where we should be given the performance index. So to come in P12, honestly, other than the tyre temp bug, I couldn't be happy with the game right now, I don't think. Actually, I could. Nico Hulkenberg could be better than P19. 85 was his driver rating, and he's P19. Come on, Nico, mate. Why is my teammate so slow? Into Q2 we go. So we're a 10th down on Mick. A 10th down on P12 as we end the second sector. Sorry, we've got Daniel Ricciardo back in a Red Bull, flying behind me. We'll give him a slipstream here, and this will probably significantly help his Q2 lap. We're going to go much, much faster than we did in Q1, but is it fast enough to get us out of Q2? It is not. P13, basically, as we expected. So really solid starting position, though, a 129.4. Now, I am told by my Twitch chat that our fastest time in Q1 last year, we were eliminated. So our fastest time in qualifying as a whole last season was a 131.2. 131.2. This year, a 129.466. So we are 1.8 seconds faster than we were last season, which is great news. Max Verstappen does not progress. A Red Bull out in qualifying. A Red Bull out. Lando P3. Pierre P4. But of course, Q3 is entirely different to Q2. Some of the faster teams will be just doing enough to get through and not too much more. So let's go and find out how the grid is going to line up for the race. Firstly, though, we have some resource points that we'd like to add on to try and improve the car for the early stages of this second season, sorry. And we should have enough to add at least something on. It's a case of deciding whether we spend it on aero, chassis, powertrain, or perhaps even durability, although I am less likely to add anything into durability at this particular moment in time. We are currently doing one powertrain and one aero part. So, if I can, I'd like to do some chassis. But I can't afford any chassis. I can afford some ERS stuff, but that's not really... It's not really massive at the moment. Can't afford any chassis, and... well, we certainly can't afford any aero either, so I'm going to put a little bit into ERS, but I would like to then... if I put a little bit into ERS now, I should be, after the next practice session programs in the next Grand Prix, be able to do the weight redistribution there as well. So let's do the wheel bearings, and then the next port of call for us is weight redistribution after the practice session in Grand Prix 2. Which, of course, will be in Saudi Arabia at Jeddah. But for now, time to head to the race and sort our strategy out. So then, how did Q3 go? Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, P1 and 2. The reigning world champion in the reigning Constructors' Champions car, P1, and a front row lockout for Ferrari. A second row lockout for Mercedes and a third row lockout for Alpine. Ricciardo, only 7th in his Red Bull. Lando, phenomenal in the McLaren that is very, very, very slow according to the performance index. Lando has still managed to pull out a P8 in that super slow car, which is remarkable. It shows just how good Lando Norris is. Valtteri Bottas not able to do anything of the like. I'm expecting, hoping, Nico Hulkenberg to move significantly forward from P19 in this Grand Prix. I don't know how well we'll move forward in this Grand Prix. It's actually recommending me to do a medium hard race. It reckons going medium hard is actually the best way for me to go about doing this Grand Prix. And it looks like the majority of the front runners are also going to run the mediums. Now, I am curious to know whether if I run softs at all, I can make it to the end a little bit quicker. So let's edit this one. And let's see if we can go medium, soft, soft. And perhaps make it a little bit quicker to the end. Yes. So perhaps 15 laps per soft tyre. So I could go 27, 15, 15. Which actually would take a significant amount out of the race time. 5 seconds or so. And starting on the mediums, we would be competitive enough with those front runners to be able to manage that. I could go soft, medium, soft and try and take advantage perhaps of the soft tyre at the beginning to then run the mediums in the middle. But I don't know whether that would potentially mean that I'm losing too much time on those first soft tyres. I'd absolutely quite happily go soft, medium, soft. That's only 4 seconds quicker, apparently, rather than the 5 seconds quicker of the previous one. I think we'll do that. We'll go soft, medium, soft. Now, fuel-wise, we're currently 2 laps over there. I don't know what fuel is like here, so I will put 104.2 kilos in. We'll go 1.2 laps overboard on fuel, and we'll just have to play that by ear. We don't know how fuel efficient this Ferrari engine is going to be. Obviously, it's a different engine this year. The Ferrari might be more thirsty than the Red Bull. Equally, it might be easier on its fuel than the Red Bull. The only way to find out is to go racing. Our first formation lap of the brand new season is underway. It's going to be so weird to see drivers in cars that we're not familiar with them being in. But starting P12 on the softs with Mick. The top 10 all on mediums, the back 2 on mediums, and then K-Mag right in the fucking middle. So we're going to go soft, medium, soft, and 2-stop. Whilst those medium starters, presumably, will go medium hard and run to the end, barring any safety cars or damage and unscheduled pit stops. But for us, seemingly going soft, medium, soft, on paper is quicker than going medium hard, and stopping twice is faster for us. So that's what we'll do. Similarly, a black and yellow and white car this year, but the other way around. Are our fortunes going to be the other way around? I really want Nico to prove that he's a decent race driver here and come forward from P19. Expect Bottas to do the same. He's actually out of position with a penalty. So that McLaren is a bit faster. Let's see what we can do. Held for ages. Held for ages. Lots of wheel spin. Still lots of wheel spin. Swallowed at the beginning. Down to P14 for now from P12. Try and hold our own here. I got crunched from behind, and now I'm getting destroyed everywhere. Well, that was a great start, wasn't it, lads? Let's try again, shall we? See what happens this time. Can everybody actually behave themselves? Maybe? Try and sneak round T1. Hold the line. Teo in front of me, my former teammate now. We're in P15 at the minute, but... Oh, hello, Nico. Nico's up to P16. He's moved forward, which is good news. Try and go deep on the brakes here. Hold the position and maybe sneak up past someone. Actually, I'm more under threat from Nico Hulkenberg right now. My teammate is having a look at me. I'm trying not to cause any damage to him, which we've been able to avoid. They'll break late. Oh, big lock-up from Teo Pourchaire, which allows me the opportunity to get some side pod damage as he turns into me. This is going to be an early break here, isn't it? Nico's having a look at my inside, though. He is certainly proving thus far that he's a decent bloody race driver, isn't he? I have to use my battery here. The Ferrari engine sounds so much different to the Red Bull of last year. Go deep on the brakes here to hold the position against Nico. Got a Red Bull and Max Verstappen trying to work his way through as well. He qualified out of position, didn't he? Now I'm slightly wary of the back end stepping on me there, so we won't allow it to. Heavy fuel, less rear downforce than some of the other runners around us.
All right, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
K-Mag on mediums is hopefully going to be a bit easier to get past. And he's obviously in a Williams as well, which will help. See if we can go aggressive into T1 and use a lot of battery here. DRS from next lap, of course. Use the slipstream. Is he going to go defensive? If he doesn't, we'll go for up the inside. He's not going defensive. We'll go for up the inside from deep on Kevin Magnussen. Force him out wide. Position taken. P14. Thank you very much. Let's go and get Théo Pourchaire, shall we?
Good job.
Oh, big lock up by Théo again. Proving his lack of racecraft. Into turn 10. Théo Pourchaire gets well out of position there. We'll show you that on a replay. Théo getting himself all out of shape coming into turn 10. Locking up here and going straight on. And then not able to really get the car under control for a while. And now he's under pressure from Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg behind. Might be losing more than one position here, Théo Pourchaire. Has lost more than one position unless he's able to hold it around the outside, which it doesn't look like he... No, he is going to hold it around the outside. Right, now concentrate on what's in front of you, Ches, because DRS next lap. Close that gap to Alexander Albon in that Aston Martin. Get yourself some DRS when it arrives. And we're trying to take these tyres to lap 15 if we can. And we're within a second now of Alexander Albon in that Aston Martin. But were we within a second through the detection point? We were not. So again, use a bit of battery to keep up. Max is in a much faster car than us. So I'm not really going to fight this too much. Don't go for me here, Max. You arse. Go at the end of this straight. I didn't... Cost me some time there. 2.3 now to Albon in front. I need to stick with Max Verstappen here for the rest of this lap. And hopefully he can help us close up on those in front. Gap back to Seb is over 6 seconds now. And I'm already out of DRS range of the Red Bull in front. That plan failed, didn't it? Just charging my battery back up at the moment. So that when the time comes, if those in front do start to battle, we can pounce on it. Nico currently still P18 at the moment. I'm probably going to undercut and try and run the mediums a little bit longer because the softs are going to be so dead by the time we get to lap 15. Already 30% worn. I'll probably look to pit lap 12 for the mediums. Theo's coming. Not going to fight it. Don't want to lose... I'm thinking full length of the race here. I don't want to lose too much time. I will come out dead last, apparently, if I pit now. But that's the plan. Pit 12. Pit 12. We are the first to bite the bullet and come in for a pit stop. Running an alternate strategy. Going soft, medium, soft, rather than the soft, soft, medium of everyone else. Or the medium, soft, soft of others. Or the medium, hard of others. We are the only ones on this strategy. I'm going to come out right with Nicholas Latifi, I think.
You only have to stop once now. One stop left.
Here he comes. Go deep on cold tyres. And oversteer like mad on cold tyres. And Nicholas Latifi gets me. I mean, it'll warm my tyres up quicker, but not ideal. Yellow flag down the penultimate straight. Not sure why or who's causing it. It's an AlphaTauri, and AlphaTauri's going slowly. Someone is about to retire. That someone is Pierre Gasly. Now you presume, given that his car was still moving, that it was just some sort of engine go pop. There you go. Right in front of his teammate, pulls off to the side, and poof, there goes the engine. And that's why we got rid of the Red Bull engine, the Red Bull power unit. Something we hopefully will experience less with a Ferrari power unit, which in real life wouldn't necessarily make sense. But in game, at the minute, it does. Well, I can't pass him whilst we're under yellow flag conditions, so I need a green flag, please. Green flag racing. It's gone very defensively there, Nicholas. Very defensive there, Nicholas Latifi, but it's not enough. And we'll almost rub salt in the wounds by having DRS in this part of the track as well, because we were ahead through the detection zone. He was ahead, sorry, during the detection zone. We overtook him after the detection point. Right, time to try and close the gap on Valtteri Bottas. They are running their soft tyres all the way for the full stint. Everyone else. A Ferrari in this lap, maybe? Lap 15 is when we're expecting the first stops to happen. No, no Ferrari in. Well, they're on the mediums, though, aren't they? The front 10, the first 10 started on the mediums, so we might see some of the midfield pit now off those soft tyres. And we do indeed. Max Verstappen is in, as is Alexander Albon. Now is where hopefully the strategy comes back to us a little bit. Although I don't know if they've actually been extending the gap over us on warm softs. They're going to come out the pits ahead of me, aren't they? Stroll and Bottas in the pits, though, so we are going to gain some positions here. Albon and Verstappen have just come out the pits just in front of us down the road. If they all start to battle, that would be lovely. Praying for a safety car, really, to help me avoid having to save fuel at the end of the race. Or getting lapped. If the Ferraris could kindly catch us, that would be lovely. Nico Hulkenberg's in the pits.
Okay, Nico's into the pits.
Teammate
Nico
in.
the pits.
And we did have about an 8-second gap over Nico Hulkenberg before our pit stop. What does that gap look like now? We're going to take Vettel, we're going to take Hulkenberg. Teo Porcher's come out the pits in front of me on a set of soft tyres, so we appear to have gained about a second or so. He was 1.5 seconds down the road, and he's now only 1.2, so okay, a few tenths, but by the time his tyres have warmed up, we might be back within the same sort of range of him. And yeah, look, Nico Hulkenberg 8.5 seconds, so we've not gained anything, but equally, we've minimalised any loss we might have had. And we have a set of soft tyres to go to in the next stint. If I could get some DRS, that would be lovely. And we will get some DRS. That'll be lovely. That will help me say, or I hope so actually. I might have been 1 millisecond out. I was 1 millisecond out. I need to save some fuel. I don't want DRS there, lads, if I'm honest. Back into the car, complaining quite considerably.
They seem to have an issue.
That's good news. Alex Albon having an issue in his Aston Martin. I'm sure what that issue is. It might just be DRS failure. Teo Porcher going for it now on Zhou Guanyu, which will slow them up through this turn. They will have DRS, which I don't. But that's Teo Porcher past Zhou Guanyu, and Zhou is just a sitting duck at the minute on those old mediums at the right now. Teo and Alex Albon now having a battle. Obviously, we've heard that Alexander Albon is struggling with an issue of some description. So he is slow right now. It's not DRS either, because I just saw his DRS open. So his issue is mechanical. We'll get DRS comfortably here on Zhou. And Albon has been overtaken by Teo Porcher. Albon might lose 2 positions here. Zhou's gone one way. I'm going to go up the inside as well. Alexander Albon cannot fight that. Unfortunately for him, despite pitting, he is losing time on everyone around him. Nico Hulkenberg is closing rapidly though, down to 8 seconds now, that gap. Was 11 at one point. Obviously we're purposefully running a little slower here to try and save some fuel. Right, no hanging about now. On the outside of him. Get your fancy switchbacks, just get the move done and then get away from him. Mick Schumacher has gone to the hards in front. And did Mick start on the... Mick started on softs, didn't he? Yeah, so Mick's gone hard soft. Sorry, soft hard, which is intriguing. They might be able to take those hards all the way to the end of the race, although I doubt it. We've got some genuine pace here, but having to fuel save as much as we are is probably going to stifle any positive finish. The engine does sound really good though, you're right. Thanks for the follow, Rosado. Welcome to the channel, mate. DRS offline. Just as well we got the overtake done when we did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to take Zhou Guanyu as easily.
Fault with the DRS, you will not be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix. Stay out for now.
Magnussen in the pits onto those hard tyres for his one and only stop in that Williams from the points, I think, actually. we are significantly going to have to save fuel throughout the rest of this Grand Prix. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to maximise our potential. But getting a finish as strong as we are going to get without having to, or whilst managing a fuel consumption not mishap, but frustration, just shows the pace in the car. We're going to have a successful, in relative terms, second season, I hope, provided we can keep up with the development curve of the rest of the teams. Those front runners pit yet? They have. So the front runners have now pit. They've all gone from mediums to hards to the end of the race. I'm really intrigued as to what Mick's going to do. Soft, hard, soft is the obvious, but you still can't check their lap times, which is annoying. But he will have pit very early for those hards on lap 16. And that is a long way on hard tyres here in Bahrain, when evidently our mediums aren't going to do that well. So frustrating that we're having to save as much fuel as we are, but it's our first experience with a Ferrari engine, and evidently it's much, much, much thirstier than our old Red Bull one. Now, the main frustrating bit here at the minute is that I'm quite happy for my teammate to overtake me, but I don't have DRS. Oh god. Medium traction, everyone. I don't have DRS available because it's currently offline. Oh, it's back online. Lol, that was weird. I do have DRS back again. Thank you, game. Timing of that is perfect, isn't it? Lol. So we do have DRS, so we can hopefully try and stick to the back of Nico and save some fuel in the process. So I'll leave my fuel up. Not able to use my battery in that time as well, because rather evidently using the battery uses more fuel.
Battery charge is high.
So unfortunately, we're going to have to try and stick to the back of Nico for a couple of laps. Save as much fuel as we can. And then do the same for the soft stint, which is a real pain in the arse. Thank you, Curbs, by the way, for the 5th month, mate. Appreciate it, man. I did see the sub when it came in. I was just mid-spiel. Thank you, brother. I hope you're well, my man. Podium right now? No. Podium later this season? Probably not, apart from, unless there's exceptional circumstances. But podium in Season 3 is certainly the aim. This season we're hoping to go from midfield to as regular as possible points finishes. And then from there, podiums is the next logical step. Stroll's pitting, which is perfect for me. I'm now under-fueled for the race, though, which is not perfect for me. Bottas pitting from behind also. I'm now going to have to save fuel for the... considerably save fuel for the rest of the Grand Prix. We've been trying, but now I'm really going to have to make sure I save it. Because we're not going to get lapped, I don't think. He's pitting anyway. Teo Boussaert also in the pits. So they're going on to their mediums now. We're going on to our softs later, but our soft stint is going to be hindered by a need to save fuel. Unfortunately, at this stage, I think our race, with regards to maximising any potential finish, is a bit of a write-off because of the fuel situation. I didn't expect the Ferrari engine to be quite so thirsty. We put 1.2 laps worth of extra fuel in the car, and it's not even gotten us to half race distance because we've been saving fuel for longer than that. So one big area of improvement that we need with the powertrain is fuel efficiency. We really need to throw a lot of resource points into that at the minute. Car performance wise, we're decent, but having a car that can perform is pointless if you have to fuel save and lose 25-30 seconds of overall race time just saving fuel every Grand Prix. So fuel efficiency is going to be very, very important for us. I don't want to have to over-fuel the car massively for the full season, because that's just going to make us slower as well. I think we might get lapped, though. Chat, do I commit to hoping I get lapped, or do I still try and save fuel? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. We're going to drive as fast as we possibly can till the end of the Grand Prix and pray for either a safety car or to get lapped. If it means we DNF, then so be it. We'll take that on the chin because we're taking this risk. 45% tyre wear on the rears already, and we want to do another 12 laps on this set. These tyres are going to be knackered by the end of it. I might still have, even to stay under a lap, I might still have to save a little bit on this medium set, just so we can go batshit crazy on the soft set. This is year 2, but yes, first race of season 2. The car is much faster this year. Well, rephrase actually. No, the car is not faster. We have the same car now as we did at the end of last season, but the car is more competitive. Other teams didn't protect against the regulation changes as well as we did.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Go on, Kevin, take me. I want to sit in your DRS, pal. Current teammate has just overtaken previous teammate. Never mind. Previous teammate has just overtaken current teammate again. Nico and Hulkenberg are in a bit of a... Well, actually, Nico, if you look at the minimap, Nico is in an Alfa Romeo sandwich here. He's going battling with Teo Pourchaire, and he's got Lance Stroll right behind him as well. I think Nico has proven in this Grand Prix that perhaps it was just a dodgy qualifying session that saw him down P19, because he absolutely has the pace. So we have tried to save some fuel, but we've not... Well, no, we have saved a lot of fuel, actually. We've probably saved over a lap's worth... Whoops. We've probably saved over a lap's worth of fuel and gone... taking these medium tyres as far as they could possibly go, really. We could get another couple of laps out of them, but it would be absolutely pointless. 65% on the rear left, which is why we're spinning out the way that we are at times, or as unstable as we are at times. It's probably the best way to phrase it. So we've saved some fuel to allow us to go hell for leather on the soft tyres and pray that we get lapped. So I am pitting, hoping that I get lapped, because I now want to go as fast as physically possible on the soft tyre. As fast as physically possible on the soft tyre to try and maximise my finish from here. I feel like if we didn't have the fuel issue, we would have probably finished about P11 in this Grand Prix. We've been saving fuel and losing time like crazy for a good 20 laps, but that's part of the learning curve of a new engine. We're going to come out in P19 behind Zhou Guanyu, and we're definitely getting lapped. Look, the Ferraris are the next car on track, so we're definitely going to get lapped. Oh, come up. Oh my god, we're too busy talking to you guys. We're definitely going to get lapped, and we can go hell for leather on this set of tyres to try and finish P17, or maybe even, because there's a McLaren right in front of Alex Albon, maybe even P16. And I genuinely feel like if we didn't have to save fuel for half the fucking race, we could comfortably have finished P11. Yuki was a significant chunk further down the road, so I don't think Yuki Tsunoda in P10 was ever really achievable. I don't think a points finish was on the cards. If there's a safety car in the next couple of laps, then we'd be absolutely buzzing. But after one retirement in 43 laps of the first race of the season, I don't think there's going to be any more. But I am hoping to A, get lapped by the Ferrari, and B, catch at least Alex Albon, if not the McLaren in front of him as well. Saw a lot of the back of this Haas when we were trying to save fuel. Now we want him to see the back of me. And it's done. That was such an easy overtake. Alex Albon isn't drastically pulling away from Valtteri Bottas. Bottas is clinging on in the DRS, but certainly Bottas doesn't have the pace. In fact, he's now almost out of DRS range. Alexander Albon is significantly faster than Valtteri Bottas. Not sure on what lap they both pit for their tyres. We can have a quick check. But Alexander Albon is significantly faster, so Bottas would have gone to the mediums. Bottas went to the mediums on lap 30. Albon's tyres are 2 laps fresher. But those 2 laps are making a significant impact right now. I'm hoping the Ferrari just follow me through the traffic. And then I might have to artificially slow myself down and get that at the end. But hopefully they will follow me through all of the cars that we're going to overtake between now and the end of the race. And then we won't lose any positions by having to get overtaken to save ourselves a lap worth of fuel. Sorry, yes, Albon's tyres are 2 laps older. My mistake. So Bottas just, quite frankly, doesn't have the pace. Yes, the game has improved with the latest patch. Significantly so. Still some frustrating bugs out there, but the game has significantly improved with the recent patch. I might end up taking Albon and Bottas and then having to let them back past to not get, or to force myself to get lapped to save the fuel. Still not that close to Alexander Albon, am I? It's still only 3 seconds to Alex. Bottas going significantly wide there. He's not necessarily driving that well. I don't know whether he's got damage to that McLaren. McLaren is a dog of a car this year, supposedly, though. And yeah, he's got damage to his... He has damage to his front wing on the right-hand side of his end plate. Bottas is walking wounded right now, which is why he's as slow as he is. I don't know where Lando is in the race, but certainly in the points. I think Lando's P9 currently. Which in the McLaren that is the 2nd or 3rd worst car is a hell of a performance and shows how good a driver Lando Norris is in game. And to be fair, shows how good of a driver Lando Norris is in real life as well. Thanks, Valtteri.
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
I'll try and get Alex Albon now. Oh, Bottas is fighting back, is he? Good luck, pal. .6 seconds to get to Alex. Can we close it? Oh, now I'm getting blue flags. Just as I'm about to get much closer to Alex Albon. Oh, no. I want you to lap me, but not yet. Not yet, Ferrari, not yet. No.
Blue flag, blue
Let me
flag.
get Alex first. No. So, plan number 2. Let the Ferrari through and then try and prey on Alex Albon when they get there. We're going to lap 56. So I will have significant time to be able to catch Alexander Albon. Right, so I'll get DRS off the Ferrari now instead. Wow, we're getting lapped. What a surprise. Almost as if we orchestrated it that way, isn't it? We've got 3 laps, 54, 55, 56 to try and get Alexander Albon. Bottas is actually pitting from behind us now as well. Bottas having a nightmare Grand Prix in his debut for McLaren. It's just not gone according to plan for him whatsoever. Oh, I've got 2 laps to try and get Alex Albon for a P16. He's going to get DRS off the Ferrari though, isn't he? Arsehole. Lucky bastard. Not that I didn't do the same. No DRS for Alex Albon. And now Théo Pourchaire is having to let the Ferrari through as well. Alex is going to get DRS off Théo. So we could finish 15th, 16th or 17th here. It depends. I might not have enough battery to ensure I finish as high as possible. I think Théo Pourchaire's got an issue, you know. He's really slow here. Théo is really slow. Hopefully they hold each other up and I might be able to get both of them. They have held each other up. And I'm going to pin Alex Albon in and I'm going to get both of them. Or am I? Teo's gone very defensive there. Which has allowed Alex Albon to box me in. But now we've outpositioned Alexander Albon. This is our last lap, by the way. The Ferrari in front are on their 57 of 57. So this is our last lap. We will have to catch Théo Pourchaire before the start-finish line. And hopefully, with a decent exit and DRS and battery... Oh, never mind. He's locked up like crazy. Théo, thank you, mate. That's why we got rid of Théo Pourchaire. His racecraft is not good enough. The first bit of pressure he comes under from me, and he's bottled it. Locked up, nearly lost himself 2 positions at the end, and we will finish P15. Now, it is my firm belief that had we not had to artificially get ourselves lapped and save 3/4 of a lap's worth of fuel or more, I think we could comfortably have finished P12, 11 maybe at a push. So the pace is in the car, absolutely. And our first race with a Ferrari engine has shown us it drinks quite a bit. So we will heavily overfuel for the next Grand Prix and also heavily invest resource points in fuel efficiency. Both of those things combined, we will be scoring points this season and hopefully multiple of them. Nico Hülkenberg showed in that race that despite having a poor quali, he can certainly race very well and was only 1.5 seconds away from a P12 finish. Mick was a long way away, so certainly I don't think we could have... We definitely couldn't have gotten Yuki. We might have been able to get Mick. How far behind was I of Mick? About 20 odd seconds. We probably lost about 20 odd seconds. I probably could have finished certainly P12, if not P11 in that race, given the amount of time we lost with fuel saving. So again, the difficulty rating is where it needs to be. We're gaining really good money now with the amount of sponsors we have, Novus adding to that. And the car and team are in a very good place for the beginning of just the second season in this save. I am very happy with where we are right now. And I'm just going to renew the sponsorship with Distort and Sunburst. I'm quite happy with the 2 of them. We know we can adequately get each. And I'm going to continue to put development into Nico Hülkenberg to hopefully make him faster and faster and faster. Now, I will have a quick look at the fuel efficiency thing here. Where is that? So we are currently working on fuel efficiency, and I will spend my next 972 resource points on fuel efficiency as well. Outside of that, very happy with where everything is right now. I don't think I'm quite level... I'm not level 15, so I can't upgrade any of those yet. As soon as I get to level 15, I'm spending money on all 3 of those driver perks. Unfortunately, Nico Hülkenberg doesn't have any driver perks right now. His focus is still high. His awareness is maximum. His racecraft is 91. His pace is up 1 as well because of the boosts he's getting from the activities. So I'm very happy with where we are right now. We are still 7... No, we've actually dropped 1. We've actually fallen slightly behind Haas as it stands. As we progress forward, you'll notice it looks like Haas are actually below us, but as we move on to the next round of the championship, we will have dropped behind Haas. But that's fine. That's fine. We've got stuff in the works, and we're much faster than we were before, and with racecraft and with good strategy, points are available in the multitude this season for both myself and my teammate. That is all for this episode 1 of season 2 for part 23 as a whole. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed, and please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out on more, and come and join me on stream. Link in the description down below where you can see all of the behind the scenes and the race footage in its entirety. I am away for 3 days now for my sister's wedding, so the next stream will be Monday and the next video will be Tuesday. So there is a break over the weekend. Enjoy the sunshine, stay hydrated, make sure you use your sunscreen, and don't get bloody sunburnt or get sunstroke. Look after yourselves, enjoy it, and I'll see you next week.